It does take us to our talk of the tape. How much lower might stocks go? Let's ask Professor Jeremy Siegel of the Wharton School. He does join us now. Professor, welcome back. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you, Scott.
Your thoughts here as you watch these markets over these last days?
Well, I'll tell you, if those two good developments, perhaps a stand down on the Canadian tariffs and hopefully a ceasefire in Ukraine, if they hadn't come up, I think we would have had another 1,000-point drop day today. I mean, it's clearly this destructive, if I should say so, up and down trade policy that has really worried the market and sowed uncertainty among consumers and businesses. I hope that the Trump team sees what the stock market and, in fact, some early polling of some of this impact has, so that this policy can be rationalized, because I think it is by far the major cause of the 10% decline that we've had over the last 6 weeks.
Professor, let's just entertain an issue here. What if the White House and the president, as you say, don't care as much about the stock market right now as people thought that they might, and that policy and getting their policies through are more important than whatever the stock market does? I ask you this question because the press secretary at the White House today during the briefing was asked about the sell-off, in which she said, quote, "We're in a period of economic transition after the mess created by Joe Biden." I also bring it up because the Treasury Secretary himself told this network just last week there's no Trump put. It seems like they're telegraphing to investors that the economy is going to get worse before it gets better, and the stock market may go down as a result, and so be it.
Well, I mean, this makes no sense to me economically, and no sense politically. I mean, so what are we saying? We're going to bring 100,000 manufacturing jobs back to the United States and tank the stock market by $20 trillion in the meantime? Do you think the people in Florida living off, the accumulated wealth that they've done in the last 10 years are going to be all excited about, some plant that Trump saves in Erie, Pennsylvania for 300 jobs or 500 jobs? By the way, producing something that they could have brought cheaper without the tariffs beforehand. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I hear it, but then I think of the politics of it, and I think of the economics of it, and it just doesn't wash. Yeah, we do. I mean, there are unfair trade practices. We want to normalize some of these, but this grand vision, the cost parity is just nowhere near there. And the political parity does not speak anywhere in favor of the Republicans or for the American public. Don't forget, almost half the American public owns stock, if not directly, indirectly, through their 401ks, through their IRAs, through their pension funds. You have 180 million, 150 million people there. So, we're going to bring some manufacturing back to the U.S. How many jobs is that? Less than 0.1%. So they're going to get a little higher pay than they would otherwise. Where's the politics there, Scott? I don't see it. Maybe someone can tell me.